Hello friends. When a lady answered a call about a dog on the edge of hypothermia, she had no idea what she was in for. A man with a stone for a heart had apparently frozen the poor little fuzzy inside a cardboard box coated with snow. In sub-zero conditions, a severely hypothermic dog was battling for his life. The occurrences occurred in Arkanskaya, a town famed for its severe temperatures. Tamara was devastated to see how somebody could harm such a helpless creature. Clearly, if she hadn't responded to the plea for aid, the little fellow would have died in a couple of hours. She took the small infant in her arms and carefully carried him to a veterinarian clinic without hesitation. The puppy's health was critical, his body temperature was so low that the vet couldn't even tell, he was breathing very weakly, and he rarely moved. Because he was severely dehydrated, his small body appeared weak, and he had no blood pressure, they were unable to do any more tests to determine his true health. Tamara works as a volunteer for the Dublin shelter. These heroes took care of the small kid, and they would do whatever to persuade the puppy to resist fate and preserve his life from then on. They named him Joseph since the wretched animal really needed a miracle to live. At the clinic, he was placed under a heating pad to help him regain his normal body temperature. Although that appeared to be a decent solution, everything became complex as his breathing became weaker and weaker. It was critical that Jose receive a blood transfusion. He'd have to spend many days in the hospital while the vets hoped for a miracle, but faith and hope are the last things to go, and they'd never give up fighting. After a few days, he began to improve dramatically. We were able to hear his voice, and finally some testing could be performed, his rescuers stated. They determined that his primary issue was not just that he had come in a hypothermic state, but that he was also afflicted with parasites inside that were literally devouring him. This resulted in a lot of diarrhea, vomiting, fever, and general weakness. So they dewormed him right away, and Jose, despite his small size and fragile condition, didn't appear to want to give up, clinging to life from the moment he arrived at the clinic. The puppy began to show signs of life the next day, which was promising and optimistic for everyone. Although he was still in pain and required for treatment, which might be quite irritating for him, all of the vets did their utmost to make Jose trust and suffer as little as possible. They immediately reported on their networks that Jose was recuperating marvelously, owing to his hero's self-sacrifice, who spared no effort to ensure his recovery, and above all, thanks to the deep love with which they treated him. It's only a matter of time before the dog, for whom a callous man formerly wished the worst for him, undergoes a complete turnaround and finally receives the love full of love that he has always deserved.